Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namane Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pacharani Nirvasesha Sunyavari Paskachade Satarani Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Go Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So thank you all for coming. If you have a cell phone, you'll be shocked to know there's an off button on it. It is a type of liberation. You just push it and it goes off. And you can turn it back on later on. All the bad news will still be there. No problem. So if you snap it off, just give your... What? All right. Is that for them? Oh, jeez. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much, Prabhu. Oh, those are nice. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Chad. I'm insignificant, but the message is important, so we need some attention. We are performing today a spiritual initiation, and it means something. There's a science to it, just like there's a science for how to distill water. You can get out all the impurities and you get, here's a process, distillation. Or in metallurgy, there's a way of getting unalloyed, whatever it may be. You get out all the impurities and you can get the pure gold or whatever it is. There's a science, there's a methodology. If you follow the steps, you get the result. In the same way, there is a science of spiritual life. We are actually, you got something going on there?
Yes.
He's going to be my disciple. It's my duty to chastise him. So we're getting a jump on the thing, So if you could stop, that would be very good. Yeah, very good. The less distractions possible. Yeah, well, you got something going on. The human, first off, we are not this body. We are the soul riding in this body. Just like if I'm driving in a VW or a Rolls Royce or in a horse and buggy. I'm not that horse and buggy. I'm the passenger within it. On another way of looking at it is that everybody wants to become happy. How we define happiness, that's another thing. For some people, it's eat, drink, and be merry. For some people, it's, going to the opera. For some people, it's whatever it may be. How we define it is another thing. Even a plant will turn to face the sun. It's called anamoya. It's one way of describing happiness, just filling your belly. There's gyanamoya. There's so many different stages of happiness. But the real happiness, like a child, when a kid stumbles and falls or, is hungry, a little baby, they want their mother. You can dangle your keys, you can give them a, Amex gold card, whatever. They want their mother. We actually all have an eternal relationship with the Supreme Lord. And what makes us happy, if we try to find our happiness in conditions, got to have enough money, got to be in the right weather. Even you're in San Diego, no earthquake. So you got to have all the factors lined. You got to be in good health. Got to be with people you like. So to get all of those conditions lined up, if those are a prerequisite for happiness, getting the right conditions, and that's what everybody's trying to do. Well, let's say it this way. If our happiness, what is the nature of this world? If you go all the way back to the basics of physics, just entropy, things rubbing into each other, things devolve, things decay, things wear out. As it says, the Buddhists say, and so many other people say, what is the one thing that's certain in this world? Change. Nothing is certain but change. If our happiness depends on conditions which are certain to change, what does that say will be the state of our happiness? Anyone want to help me out? If our happiness depends on conditions and conditions are always changing, what will happen to our happiness? Somebody here said?
It won't be consistent.
It won't be consistent. It will change. So, but what if our happiness, constitution means the essence of the thing when I'm using it in this context. The constitution of fire is heat and light. The constitution of chili is that it's hot. If you get a red chili and you're cooking and it has no heat, what is the use of this? The constitution of water is liquidity. As soon as it changes to another state, then you call it ice, you call it steam. But water means liquidity. Our constitution, as I was saying in the beginning, is that we are eternal soul riding within this body. And that's the one thing that doesn't change. If we make our happiness based on our constitutional nature, our spiritual nature, we're not suffering change, we're not in anxiety. This world, baked into it, is anxiety. Things are changing, we're getting old, we're getting, whatever. So many, there's misery caused by other living entities. Maybe it's your mother-in-law, I'm just joking. And no offense to mother-in-laws. Whatever it is, we're always having somebody's harassing us. It's the nature of the place. There's misery, a little mosquito or some bug. We can be cruising. Who would have predicted COVID? Everybody's, epidemics are in the Middle Ages. Wham! So miseries caused by other living entities, miseries caused by the mind and body. Even worse than the miseries, I'm too hot, I'm too cold, I'm this or that. What to speak of the stress caused by the mind? Anybody ever experienced stress? Anyone ever? Yeah, all the hands go up. So miseries caused by the body, miseries caused by other people, other living entities, from little bugs to Putin or whoever it is, and miseries caused by the mind and body. It's the nature of the place. But if the Vedas, which are our source book, give an example, that if I have a coconut, how do you know if you're cooking, if you want a coconut that you can, cook, the pulp inside, how do you know if a coconut is ripe? You don't smell it, you don't see it, you shake it. You shake it. And what has happened if you want to grate it? You've got the husk, and then you've got the pulp inside. You follow me? So what I'm saying is that there's this body and the mind, but we're independent of that. We're the soul within, actually. Now, these are pretty words, but how do you know that? How do you realize that? If you're hungry, you can look at the food, maybe it looks good, But what if instead of salt they've used sugar? Or what if they've left the salt out? It may look good. How do you there's jnana and vijnana. These are Sanskrit terms. Jnana means theoretical knowledge. It looks good. And there's the other word, which is vijnana, which means realized knowledge. Anyone can give me an example using the analogy of eating and food. Well, there, I just gave it away. How do you know for a fact that the food tastes good? Do you know by looking at it or hearing it? Smelling it? Huh? How do you know? Yeah, you just taste it. That's called vijnana. That's called realized knowledge. Now, there are, just like, I remember when, I think it was in 4th grade, in American educational system, you study the explorers. 1492, Columbus sailed the ocean blue. There's Magellan, the first to circumnavigate the globe. You've got Vasco da Gama, who went around. He was trying to get to India. Columbus was also trying to get to India. He wasn't looking for America, but that's another story. But the point is, you learn about the great explorers in the West. You learn about, Heisenberg's gas law, or, trigonometry or geometry. There's so many rules, and there's great intellects who've written they've left behind their textbooks. They've charts, their maps. Now, and you don't hear about intellects or the great explorers from India, from Vedic India. Does that mean that everybody was a dummy coming out of India? That there were no great intellects? Doesn't mean that at all. What it means is, as the Western explorers are searching the external world, they're great sages and saints and rishis who studied the realm of consciousness. They've explored how to seek out and find, just like you distill water, how to separate, how to realize, just like we taste, how to food and we know it's good, how to realize the self, how to go beyond theoretical to the actual experience. They've left their textbooks, they've left their charts of exploring the world of consciousness. So what were one of the cornerstone principles is called initiation. Everyone, it means that it's Atato Brahma Jigyasya is the Sanskrit, and it's the beginning of Vedanta Sutra, which is the core textbook in the Vedas, one of the cores. And the proper commentary, of course, is Srimad Bhagavatam. But there's a science. By science, I mean methodology. There's A, B, C, D, and you get the result. So one of the first steps is taking initiation. We're going to give this, it's called Harinam initiation, which is the introduction into the science of chanting the holy name, the Hare Krishna mantra. And there's so many support systems we could take. We don't have time, but there's 10 offenses. There's 10 steps that you follow. When I first met Srila Prabhupada, the founder of the Hare Krishna movement, and they brought it to the West, he had a sweet Bengali accent. And I had a head full of sand. So, and I'm working on that still. But I heard I arrived late, Indian Standard Time. I arrived late for the talk. This was in Los Angeles. And the first thing I ever heard Srila Prabhupada say was, we have so many do-nots. I thought he said donuts. And I thought, fantastic. Spiritual life and donuts too. I said, I'm in the right place. But as I listened carefully and the fog cleared, I realized he was saying do nots. I was a little disappointed, to tell you the truth. Do nots. And in yoga process, there's yama and niyama. There's do's and do nots. So similarly, in the science of spiritual life, which puts us in touch with our real self, which takes it beyond theoretical to realized knowledge, is the process of initiation. And there's things that we do and things that we do not do. We don't get intoxicated. What is the root of the word intoxication?
Toxic.
Toxic. We don't eat meat. You are what you eat. Somebody was telling me the other day about kosher in Jewish, and kosher means to not taste the blood. And they've got all these ways. I don't want to go into it, but how they drain the blood or they put salt to bring. It's very complicated how to follow a kosher diet. But just between you and me, what's the first thing? Don't taste blood. If you don't eat meat, fish, eggs, problem solved. You don't have to make all these work-around rules. What does it say in the Bible? Thou shalt not kill. So, the point is, this is the first step in a great science, is called Harinam Diksha, initiation. One simple example, it begins with the chanting of the holy name, of which there is a science. If I take a piece of metal and I can handle it, this is no problem, I can handle it. If I put it in a fire long enough, what happens to this metal? By association with the fire, it becomes like fire. It develops the qualities of heat and light. If we chant the holy names of the Supreme Lord according to the science, the proper do's and do nots, we find that the heart becomes purified, the mind becomes purified. By association with Krishna's holy name, we become Krishnized. So that's the meaning of first initiation. And it's meant for everyone. Everyone. It's the perfection of human life. The reason animals eat, animals sleep, animals mate, animals defend. Eat, sleep, mate, defend. If that's all we do, we're called the rational animal. You ever heard that saying, human beings are the rational animal? That rationality is to think, wait a minute, I'm not just this body, I'm not just the mind, I'm not a polished dog and cat. Instead of fighting with claws and nails, I've got drones that drop bombs on people's heads. So that's first initiation. Second unto it is called the Gayatri Mantra. It's called the Brahman initiation or Gayatri initiation. It's another step in the process. When one becomes stable and mature in first initiation, Harinam initiation, Prabhupada said, the founder of the Hare Krishna movement, when you become a grown-up son or daughter, when you become proficient in the initial initiation, then you take second initiation, which is the meditation on the Gayatri Mantra. Now, Gayatri Mantra, there's Gayatri incense. You can get the Gayatri Mantra on a pack of incense. But it doesn't have any potency. It doesn't have any... In order if I have a string of extension cords, I can have 20 extension cords, but if one of them is unplugged, does the juice flow? You know, what do they say? You know, if your computer doesn't work, first thing to do is make sure it's plugged in, you know? So there is, from Krishna himself, from Krishna, the original source of all knowledge, Govindam Adi Purusham, the original person, Tene Brahma Hridaya Adi Kavye. Krishna is the first, and he gives a knowledge. And it flows through a chain of master to disciple, master to disciple, master to disciple. So when one is mature in the chanting of the holy name, Harinam initiation, then mind's peaceful, the senses are controlled, one takes second initiation, which is the Gayatri. And the Gayatri mantra, if you receive it in chain of disciplic succession, master to disciple, like the extension cords, it has profound potency. So we have some initiates for second initiation, Gayatri, and we have some for first initiation. And it is the science that will reveal the soul. So think about it. It's not that difficult. You'll see the vows they have to take for first initiation. It just means becoming a human being. So I think we should start, Dharma?
Okay.
Yeah.
The first is that your candidate for first initiation comes up to you, offers his obeisances, and my understanding, though, did you find your neck beads?
Avirao, what are you looking for?
Balaram will put his neck beads on.
Yes.
You have neck beads in there, so you need to get the neck beads from Maharaj.
They say, Prabhupada joked, that these are these Kunti Mala, neck beads, and just like if the dog catcher, you know, dog catcher, if the dog catcher catches a stray dog, they do so many things. They throw them in the pound. They have a nice name that they use for it, but they gas them something. It's if you're a dog, may that never happen. But it's possible with reincarnation. But if you are captured by a dog catcher and you don't have a dog collar, you're in trouble. If you've got a dog collar, then it's said that in the same way, the Lord of Death, Yamaraj, he captures all of us. But he sees if you have this nice Kunti Mala, oh, he's Krishna's dog. He's got a good master, and it protects us, you know. So, but you have to be qualified. So that's first initiation. And also, we've chanted on his Japa Mala. Prabhupada used to, the founder of the Hare Krishna movement, founder Acharya, these Japa Mala, the spiritual master chants on them. When Prabhupada gave me mine, he said, string and oil them nicely. They're your ticket back to Godhead. So we want to go back to the spiritual world, to the kingdom of God. But if you go down to the San Diego airport and you say, hey, I want to go to Vrindavan in India, do they say, oh, sure, get on? What do they ask for? Got to have a ticket. So you have to become qualified, and it begins with the chanting of the holy name. So these are, where's Avirao?
He's coming.
These are your ticket back to Godhead. Don't lose it. Now, no, you come on up.
Come up, pay your obeisances, come back.
Yeah, offer obeisances to Srila Prabhupada first. My job is to connect you, Avirao, soon to be something else. My job is to connect you to Srila Prabhupada and Prabhupada's spiritual master and the chain of disciplic succession that goes all the way back to Krishna. Now, in order to initiate, pun intended, in order to initiate the process, you have to make 4 promises. What are those promises?
No meat eating, along with
You can say, well, here, say in here.
no meat eating, along with no fish or eggs, no intoxication, no illicit sex, and no gambling, along with regular chanting of 16 rounds of Hare Krishna mantra on a daily basis.
16 or 16 minimum?
Minimum 16 rounds.
Minimum 16. And you should always stay in the association of devotees. What you associate with, you become like. It doesn't mean you have to live into the temple and put on saffron, although I recommend it. It's a lot of fun. But no, most of the devotees are married and have children and have jobs and all of that. But stay in the association of devotees. What you associate with, Hare Krishna, what you associate with, you become like. So one of the keys, in addition to chanting, is staying in the association of devotees. Prabhupada gave me an example. One of the first times I met him. Suppose this is a fence. This is a fence. And if I'm sitting on this fence, if I lean this way on that fence, what will happen? I'll fall that way. If I lean this way, what will happen? I'll fall that way. So Prabhupada told me, I asked him, how do you advance in spiritual life? He said, just lean towards Krishna. Krishna is real, and Krishna will help you. But if your heart becomes covered with dust, which rhymes with lust, you won't be able to see. But if you stay in the association of devotees, with the association, you will make advancement. So association and service. So we have to get going, but here are your beats. And minimum. Thank you. Huh? You have to become qualified. $1,000. No. You can't purchase it. There's a process, and you have to be serious. Anything, if I want to become an Olympic gold medalist, is it easy? I want to become an expert concert pianist. Is it easy? I want to play the tuba. No, it's not a secret desire of mine, but is it easy? If you want to get a PhD, which we're not anti-education, don't get me wrong, but sometimes it stands for piled higher and deeper, or permanent humility disorder. But so if I want to get a PhD, I've got to spend 12 years in elementary school, another 4 years in college, that's up to 16, 2 years minimum to get a master's, I'm up to 18, and if I want to get a PhD, it's a minimum of 2 years, minimum. So that gets me at 18 years. And you have to become serious to get a PhD. You have to work as a humble assistant of the professor and help him with his research work. You have to practically become a disciple for years. And then you get a PhD, which just lets you play on the field. Doesn't mean you're teaching at Harvard. That's a whole lot of additional work. So similarly, for spiritual life, I had met somebody one time who said, I chanted Hare Krishna. I said, Hare Krishna. Didn't do anything for me. Well, first off, he didn't see what happened karmically. But you have to invest time and attention. So it's not cheap. Anything, if you want to buy a diamond ring, can you just go to Walmart and pay $20 and get, what do they call it? Zubricon or whatever it is? I forget what they call it. Okay, whatever. Yeah, well, I haven't bought a whole lot of fake diamonds. But, you know, you have to pay the price. You want quality, you have to go to Tiffany's and pay the price. If we want to become free from all anxiety, if we want to learn to love everyone perfectly, which is what happens in spiritual life, you got to pay the price. And the price is the initial price, the down payment, are these regular principles: no meat eating, no illicit sex, no intoxication, and it clears the mind. So it's the real deal. You can get initiated. Mataji, welcome home. You can get initiated, but you got to pay the price. And the price means sincerity and effort. So he's earned it. Thank you very much. Oh, you need a name, don't you? I almost forgot. No, the Prabhupada describes in the Chaitanya Charitamrita that taking a new name, it's a rebirth. I'll ask you a riddle, and I don't have a clock here. We need a clock. Yeah, somebody rustle up. Thanks, Mataji. Here's the riddle. Oh, fantastic. You can put it right here. What animal has 2 births? What animal has 2 births? Because it's considered the second initiation, which is a big hint. First initiation is a rebirth, and therefore a change of a name. So what animal has 2 births? Anybody want to guess?
Bird.
Caterpillar, you're close. That could work. Somebody in the back said? Butterfly, okay, but the Vedas use a specific one.
Bird.
Bird, a chicken. How does a chicken have 2 births? Its first birth is it comes out of the mother, but it's covered by the shell. Similarly, we all have a mother and father. Well, you know, at least initially, we all have a mother and father. But we're still packed tight within the shell of illusion and passion. So we're not really free. We've taken birth. You're existing separate from the mother. You're your own entity, but you're not free. What is the real birth of that bird or chicken? When you break out of the shell. So first initiation means it's called being born again. The real meaning of being born again is you take initiation, and with birth comes a new name. It means a change of life. So the spiritual master, the guru, gives the student a spiritual name, which means a new life. And your name, you often use the first syllable. I'm stalling just for fun, in case he gets worried. Don't change your mind. His name is Aviral, and the Bij mantra, the first syllable of the name Aviral, Prabhupada would often use for this disciple's name. So your name is, somebody with a madanga ready to go? Got a madanga? Karta? Okay. Your name is Ananda Vrindavan. From Aviral to Ananda Vrindavan. And the reason I gave him that name, it has many sides, but it means everyone's in anxiety, because I saw a bumper sticker the other day that said, if you're not, if you're not in anxiety or you're not worried, you haven't been paying attention. This is a rough place. And there's anxiety, it could happen at any moment. So the kingdom of God, there is a kingdom of God. If the shadow of the hand has 5 fingers, because there's an original hand. There's an eternal dimension, a spiritual world, a kingdom of God. And that's our real home. So this world, that's called Vaikuntha, or free from anxiety. He's ready to go. Nah, that's all right, Mataji. We're almost done. So, Ananda Vrindavan, may you always be situated in Vrindavan. remembering Vrindavan. And that doesn't mean the geographical location, 2 hours south of Delhi. It means may your consciousness always be remembering Krishna and remembering the devotees in Vrindavan. The other thing is, because I said there's two, the other is may you be absorbed in giving Vrindavan to others. That is our business, to let other people come to the spiritual dimension, spiritual consciousness, spiritual world. So may you always be in Vrindavan as far as your consciousness, and may you bring others to Vrindavan. Okay, we're done. Thank you. So now we do the fire yagya and the second initiation.
Yeah, and you'll call them later, the threads and mantra, right?
Yeah, because the
Yeah.
threads always get tangled up.
Oh, yeah.
Why don't they should give them the thread, and then the teacher, the guru, I give them the Gayatri mantra, and we have a multiple Gayatri, and we give it to them in their left ear, and in private. So we'll do that later on. Okay?
Do you want to hand them the thread now?
I do.
Okay, go up there, play a basis, and we'll give you the thread. Oh, you go ahead. You go ahead. He's got a
Now,
leg fell asleep.
oh, there we go.
Can you help clean up?
You can purchase a Gayatri thread in so many places for a couple.
Should he toss it to you?
I don't know how much thread costs, probably for under $1. But when it comes to you by disciplic succession, it's infused with spiritual potency. And I'll explain to you later on, but by meditating on the Gayatri mantra, you go all the way from the impersonal God is one, all the way to the understanding of Radha and Krishna in Vrindavan. It has that potency. So this is for you. And we'll meet after the fire. Now we have, where's Jugala Kishore?
He wants to know if he can get it from you later. He's having trouble standing up.
Oh, okay.
His foot fell
But
asleep.
yeah, you can get it from me
The
later.
rest of him is wide awake, though, but just his foot fell asleep.
You haven't changed your mind, huh?
Oh, no.
I don't think so. This also, chanting Gayatri, in addition to other things which I'll explain, it also purifies the recipient so they can then go on the altar and do puja for the deities. They can actually worship Krishna personally. Clean the sandalwood out from under Krishna's toes, put a flower in Radharani's hand. It's a wonderful thing. Okay, we in there, Dharma?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Traditionally, when you have these ceremonies, the Pandit will install the 4 Vedas in the 4 corners, but Prabhupada taught us something more direct for us, is that in the 4 corners we have Prabhupada's most important 4 books, Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, and Nectar Devotion. So we need a devotee in each corner to just open the book during the ceremony and just keep reading out loud. So we need some Bhagavad Gita. And on this side, where's your son? Did you want to read? You going to read this? You just,
Acha.
come on, you're a Brahmin. You got a thread. You can read. Just read. And then during the ceremony, just be japa. Everyone just chant quiet, softly, Hare Krishna. Okay.
Should we have kirtan or
Well,
japa?
it's got
Well, whatever you say.
probably
no?
just japa.
Okay.
Japa, and these just start reading, the 4 corners, just start reading. Okay, 3 of you.
Jamuna.
This is Achman, just going to repeat after me. Just look at me and repeat after me. Om. This is a verse, says whether you're pure or impure, whatever your condition
Yeah,
is,
thank you.
if you take shelter of the lotus-eyed Lord, you become completely purified. Say Om. Apavitra. Pavitro. Va. Okay. Sarva. Vastam. Gato. Api. Va. Ya Smaret Pundarikaksham Sa Bhaya Bhyantara Suchihi. So inside and out to be purified. So taking with your left hand, some water into your right palm. Om Keshavaya Namaha. Again, water. Om Narayanaya Namaha. Om Madhavaya. That's it. And one more, you just wash your hands. Om Krishna. Okay, so I'm going to begin the fire. And again, everyone can chant like you're chanting japa. The whole arena is just surrounded by the holy names. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Okay. Bhuvasvao Om Vaishnavagnyage Vaishnav Namasi Avahayami Stapayami Pujayami Om Ritsavidhu Varinyam Bargo Devasya Dhimidina Prachodayat Dhupamagrapiyami Vanaspati Rasat Agraya Sarvadhivanam Dhupoyam Patagiritam Dhupoyam Patagiritam Dhupoyam Patagiritam Om Agye Namadipam Dipam Darshayami Swavakasho Mahatija Savatasti Marapaha Sabaibantir Jyotir Dhipoyam Padagriyatam Om Agye Namaha Gandha Samarpayami Pushpa Samarpayami Mahanavedyam Navedyami Om Agni De Purita Deva Vriyam Hutaram Ratatatamam Hari Om Om Ishe Torje Tva Bhayavasto Devava Savita Seshtatamaya Karmane Hari Om Om Agnihoti Satsi Barishi Hari Om Om Shamno Davira Vishapavanto Hari Om. Wow, that's good. Okay. So, I'm going to recite, we'll do Vaishnav Homa. Vaishnav Homa is prayers to all the spiritual masters in our line, prayers to many of our Mahajans, great authorities in devotional service, many of the associates of the Lord in Vrindavan, in the spiritual world, associates of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Initiates, you have the bowls of the grains there. When I offer the grain into the fire with the word swaha, it's called mriga mudra, like a deer, just the two middle fingers and your thumb, you take a little bit into the fire at the same time with the word swaha. Oh, thank you. Could you use attention ball? It's such a pleasure to see you. I want you to sit next to me at the ceremony. Hare Krishna. Okay. Ready? You got it? You're close enough? And if you want a little bit, I was told that if you say swaha too out there in the crowd, you get the benefit. You're kind of like riding on the back of the initiates. So why not? Okay, here we go. How much time do we have? Oh, how much time do we have?
Well, we usually serve the dinner at 7:15.
Well, if you like, I can do Purusha Sukta, which is 18 verses instead of Vaishnav Homa. What do you want? Want to do that?
It's Dharma.
Tell me what to do. I mean, Vaishnav Homa is pretty...
It's quality, not quantity.
Okay.
So from your pure heart, it will have efficacy.
No,
you do
what?
the short version.
Okay. Om Bhu Swayam Vishnave Om Bhuva Swachutayam Om Swa Swayam Narayanam Bhurbuva Swa Swayam Anantayam Namama Aim Guruve Swa Om Parama Guruve Namaha Om Sarva Gurubhyo Swaha. Om Sarva Vaishnavebhyo Swaha. Om Sarva Vaishnavibhya Swaha. Klim Goraya Swaha. Kim Utanandaya Swaha. And this should also be the chanting of japa too. The whole room just filled with transcendental sound. Om Advaitaya Swaha. Om Gadadhar Dibhyat Swaha. Today's the appearance day of Gadadhar Pandit. Shri Gadadhar Pandit ki. Om Shivashadabihi Swaha. Om Panchatatvaya Swaha. Shim Klim Radha Krishna Bhyam Swaha. Om Girirajaya Swaha. Om Narayanaya Swaha. Om Gopijana Balavaya Swaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Swaha. Om Hrim Bhubaneshwarai Swaha. Om Bu Swaha. Om Bhuva Swaha. Om Swa Swaha. Om Bhurabhuva Swa Swaha. Now feel free to open the doors on each side, and up on the stairs there's the exhaust button switch. So this is Purusha Sukta. Purusha Sukta is chanted universally. It's from the Rig Veda. It's 18 prayers to Lord Vishnu, and it's a very powerful prayer. The demigods use it whenever they want to get the audience of Lord Vishnu. So, Om Sasrirsha Purusha Sasraksha Srapada Sabhumin Vishwado Vritvatyadishta Dashangulam Swaidam Krishnairam Namama. It's very quiet in here. It's got to come up. The chanting is very, very important. Please. And keep reading these books. Keep reading the books. Om Purushe Vedagam Sa. You should be drowning me out with the holy name. Om Purushe Vedagam Sarvam Yad Bhutam Yachtabhavyam Utamritad Bhasyeshana Yadanena Tirohati Swaidam Krishnairam Namama. Om Itavanasya Mahima Ato Jayam Shapurushaha Padosa Vishwabhutani Tribhadasyam Ritam Divi Swaidam Krishnairam Namama. Om Tripaudait Purushaha Pado Seha Bhavat Tato Vishwan Vrakramato Sashana Nashaneyabi Swaidam Krishnairam Namama. Om Tasmad Virada Jayataha Virajadi Purushaha Sajato Acharichata Paschar Bhumavato Puraha Swaidam Krishnairam Namama. Om Yat Purushena Havishaha Deva Yagyamadan Vada Vasanto Asya Sid Adjam Grishma Ridma Sharadavahi Swahairam Krishnairam Namama. Om Saptasa Sambaradaya Trisapta Samadakrata Deva Yadyagyam Bandham Purusham Pashom Swahairam Krishnairam Namama. Om Tayagyam Barashi Prokshane Purusham Jatamagrataha Tene Devajanta Sadhyar Shayashaye Swahairam Krishnairam Namama. Om Tasmad Yagyat Sarhuta Sambritam Prishamadhyam Pashudam Tagrum Chakre Vayavyane Aranyam Gram Yashchaye Swahairam Krishnairam Namama. Om Tasmad Yagyat Sarhuta Rajasamani Yagyare Chandagam si jagdare tosmare yujustasmara jayata swahairam krishnairam namama. Om yat purusham yadado kadidava kalpayanna mukam kamasakau bahu kauru parochate swahairam krishnairam namama. Om brahmano sagumasare bahurajanya kritaha Urtarasya Vaishya Padgagam Sudra Jayataha Swahairam Krishnairam Namama. Om Chandrama Manaso Jachaksho Suryo Jayataha Mukadindrasya Agnischa Pranad Vayura Jayataha Swahairam Krishnairam Namama. Om Nabhyama Sinuntariksham Shishnodyao Samavartata Padibam Shota Tata Lakanda Kalpayanna Swaidam Krishnairam Namama Om Vedamadam Purusham Mahantam Adichavarnam Tamasastupare Sarvani Rupani Vichichadiraha Namanike Baba Badan Yadaste Swaidam Krishnairam Namama Om Dhata Parasmudajyara Shakra Parashtatasraha Tam Evam Viva Bhavati Nanya Bandayanaya Vidyate Swaidam Krishnairam Namama Om Yagyeni Yagya Adehe Tani Darvani Prattamanya Santeha Nakamahamana Sachante Yatra Purve Sadhya Shanti Devaha Swaidam Krishnairam Namama Om Rishtate Lakshmi Shtapadnyo Ratre Parshve Nakshatrani Rupamashvina Ovyatam Ishtamanishana Amumanishana Sarvamanishana Swaidam Krishnairam Namama Om Bhu Swaha Om Bhuva Swaha Om Swa Swaha Om Bhurvava Swa Swaha. Now the three of you stand up, hold that banana in your hand. Huh? Yes. There's the final offering in the fire. It's called Purnahuti. Om Bhu Swaha Om Bhuva Swaha Om Swa Swaha Om Bhurvava Swa Swaha. Maharaj? Maharaj, you want to be the one to offer this into the fire? No, hold on, I'll lead you through this. You just hold on to it. So this is done in 2 steps. Actually, everyone in the room can stand up. Everyone in the room stand up. This Purnahuti, final offering into the fire. It's done in 2 steps. I'm going to recite a few prayers. Then when I say Swaha, Maharaj, you take that, just sideways, and whatever's in that spoon goes into the fire. Then I'm going to take some ghee and fill up this spoon here, and then I spout. Then you just drip ghee into the fire. And when that ghee is dripping, you take those bananas. My understanding, well, it's an offering to the Lord, fruit. But they sometimes say that the bananas represent your previous life, and you just get all burned up, all your karma, this, that, whatever. Okay, so they say like that. Okay. Om Purnamada Purnamiram Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate Om Narayanaya Vidmehe Vasudevaya Dhimahi Dina Prachodayat Namo Brahmanya Devaya Go Brahmana Hitaya Cha Jigaritaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namaha Namo Brahmanya Devaya Go Brahmana Hitaya Cha Jigaritaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namaha Namo Brahmanya Devaya Go Brahmana Hitaya Cha Jigaritaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namaha Om Purnahomam Yashishe Vishnave Jahomasmai Vishnave Jahomi Saram Sadadhati Vishnavarana Yashishe Bhumi Loke Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakti Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Swaha. Yep. Just sideways, just pour it all in. It's beautiful. Okay. And then fill this up and do a few times. Oh, a little higher. There's a wood. I've lost a few.
Yeah.
And you're just going to pour it out, like just like that. You gentlemen, you stand up. You put that in there. Now just recite some prayers here. Just with your right hand right into the fire. You get a little closer. Here you go. Okay. Om Bhur Bhuvaswakana Chitara Bhuvat. Actually, this time there can be a kirtan. Om Bhur
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. All right, your turn.
Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Haribol. Everybody move. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, later. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. All right, Hare Krishna.